And the reason for this is because there isn't currently a license to do that. So if they actually wanted to do this, and they want to put one of Nathan's tracks up, then they have to actually go and talk to Nathan and do a deal with him specifically, have a license just with him to do it. There's no blanket license to actually do it.
I put his single on there, and it went top 10.
Well, that's it. There we go. So I'll just tell you a little bit about it. We had a problem with a client who ended up with load the content on there, and they had no idea about it. So people were just downloading it essentially for free. No money was going to them, so essentially it was free. And they're a very established label with a lot of artists and things, and so essentially it was directly undermining their sales. Now, you can actually use this to your advantage though. So this is a little hack for you. Is this sort of site here. Now, this is where Chris used it to advantage. I didn't know he'd actually done this, but it fits very nicely with it, is because the guys who are paying to access this, they're paying money, so they're investing into it a little bit, and then they've got a list of tracks in there, and they literally, every time new tracks are added every day, they all download them all, and they'll listen through them. And they'll have, things in there from Steve Angelo, whoever else, and then Nathan next to it. And they don't know who all the people are, but they'll just listen to it. So unlike just being sent, a promo from an unknown, even if it's through sort of Fact Drop or something, if you're not expecting, like, I don't know who that is, or, I might listen to it at some point, but here they're literally just going 1, 2, 3, listening all the way through. So you put your music on here, or Chris did in this case, you go rush into the chart, because it means that your music is now on a level playing field with all the others on it. It's being actually heard.
That was one of the positives, I think, for me, although aside from the fact it's not licensed, for someone that was trying to make their name and start from scratch effectively as I was, it was great. It's a great form of promotion. Just for all these guys that are just listening through the tracks, like you say, as soon as I'm sat in between two established names in the industry and people wouldn't think twice just to listen to it as they're skipping through, suddenly my work doesn't seem like a nobody as such anymore. Suddenly it's being listened to by people that would enjoy the relevant music.
Paying access to do that, so that they're going to listen through each of them in case they miss that little nugget in there, isn't there, gold that they want to play. So that's fantastic, because it really does give you that promotion. Whereas outside of that, if they were all just sort of laid out, is that people are going to go for the one that they've heard about or the artist they've known before. So now it's not a level playing field.
Which I do think is relevant. Like as Chris said, the track, I believe it was like number 6 or 5.
Yeah.
It was definitely in the top 10. But you see the other names on there. You had from all different genres, bootleg remixes of people like Stormzy, J Hus, like really big names in the scene that everyone would establish and everyone would recognise. And for me to be sat up there with them, and I didn't have that fan base, proved that it really did work.
It's basically anyone can upload to this, and this is part of the problem. Is if I get sent a promo, I can send it to these guys and they'll put it up there. But also people can do remixes and mashups and things, and they go up here as well to produce the content. So it's not really sort of particularly controlled, but if your content appears on there, you can ask them to take it down. So one of the things I would suggest is there's a sort of about 3 or 4 real key ones, which this is one. Come and talk to me if you want to chat about the others as well. But do just go and have a little look, because they've got a free search on this one as well, so you can have a little look to see if it's on there. And to that point, is you don't want to keep searching all the time. So another little thing is, does anyone use Google Alerts or anything like that? No? Not even you, Gav?
It
tells you when you're appearing in the press.
Yeah, I tried, but it just comes up with loads of, I think 4 means something in another language, so I just got loads of Google Alerts about stuff I didn't care about. If I read them to you, what the Google Alerts were, you wouldn't want to be alerted about it.
But it is a little idea. Does anyone know what Google Alerts is? Yeah, so you put it, if you set up Google Alerts for your artist and track, put quotes around it as well, so that just the artist part and then the quotes around the track part of it as well, the title. Because then when it does appear in things like this, and there are alternatives to Google Alerts as well, it's worth trying a few, because some of them, there's one called Talkback, I think, there's another one, and they search very differently. But it just means that then if your stuff does appear, on this one particularly, because they've got an open search, is that you'll actually know about it. So if it appears, it's up to you whether you want to keep it there or not, but really it's just about telling you about it and be mindful. I mean, you guys obviously used it to your advantage here, and it did well for you. It's actually had the sort of impact there. But then as you become an established artist, you don't really want to have all your stuff on there if it's going to be, literally cannibalising your